it's raining today, although you could see kind of some brightness further south. Maybe I'll go down that way. And what did I read today? I guess this was expected. Apparently in New Jersey, the FAA is implementing further flight bans for things like drones. This one here says, FAA temporarily bans drones in parts of New Jersey. Notice threatens deadly force for imminent security threat. What does that mean, huh? Does that mean they could shoot it down, for example? It says the Federal Aviation Administration issued a ban on drone operations in several areas of New Jersey until January 17th, unless operators are granted special permission from the government due to special security reasons. Uncrewed aerial drones have been lighting up the sky at night in New Jersey and nearby states for weeks, since about mid-November, leading to concern from residents and speculation online. Some had demanded answers from the local and state officials for answers. That's kind of interesting too, because they say special security reasons, but at the same time, a lot of the talking points from the officials, they say there's no evidence that these drones are, let's just say, deadly in any way. They don't cause any type of safety issue for people. Although with that thought again, you could say a lot of people are saying this and that is a drone when it isn't. It could be just a regular airplane, for example. It says, at the request of the federal security partners, the FAA published 22 temporary flight restrictions prohibiting drone flights over critical New Jersey infrastructure. A Department of the Homeland Security spokesperson said the flight restrictions were issued, quote, out of an abundance of caution. We continue to assess there is no public safety threat relating to the reported drone sightings, the spokesperson said in a statement Thursday. In coordination with the FAA and our critical infrastructure partners who requested temporary flight restrictions over their facilities out of an abundance of caution, the FAA has issued temporary flight restrictions over some critical infrastructure facilities in New Jersey. And a bit more specific details, I guess, in terms of what could happen to people. It says pilots who fail to abide by those restrictions could be, quote, intercepted, detained, and interviewed by law enforcement's security personnel. The FAA said it could also take administrative action, including imposing civil penalties and suspending or revoking operator certificates, as well as pursuing criminal charges. Doesn't that kind of contradict what was said yesterday, where they said they need that bill passed, for example, to deal with things like drones, because at the moment, I guess, they don't have enough power, whereas in this case, it sounds like they have all the power they need. They issued a flight restriction of sort, and they essentially said if you break the law, they could do things, for example, like charge you criminally, use, quote, I guess, deadly force or whatever to take out the drone, and who knows what else. So in that sense, again, it doesn't make sense in terms of why you can't just deal with it if there is an issue anyways. Although with that said, apparently during this time too, I've seen videos of these actually, people were actually using laser pointers trying to find out, for example, if these were, quote, I guess, drones, like they're not affected. Like there's these weird videos online, like some of them they claim you point a laser in the sky and this, quote, drone, it'll jump from place to place. But at the same time, imagine people pointing these lasers at aircraft and so forth, huh? I know in a lot of places that's highly illegal and dangerous. And what was interesting with the FAA though, they published this video warning people, don't do that. If you do that, for example, I guess you could be charged federally. And they have this video that shows from the FBI where they actually track someone down for, I guess, pointing lasers in the sky. Like here it says, in recent weeks, pilots flying in New Jersey reported almost 300% more laser incidents than during the same period last year. Shining lasers at aircraft is a federal crime and a safety threat to pilots. And they show this video you can see here. I don't know if this actually encourages people not to do it overall, but it kind of makes me think too. If you could track down someone like this with all these resources, how can you not track down, for example, or just inform people who's flying the drones or whatever it is in the sky like that easily? Kind of like what was implied before, but you can see it here first.
Hey, SAC, Air 21.
Air 21, go ahead.
Right now we're getting hit pretty good with a green laser.
Air 21, copy. You're getting hit with a green laser.
One party standing in his driveway could be responsible as a basketball court.
Air 21, is it west of Howe? Yeah, you guys go ahead.
Somebody find something?
We have the laser and we have him in custody.
Right on, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
All this vagueness is just making people go crazy, huh? I guess we'll see what happens afterwards, but this is no surprise. More restrictions and so forth, right into the New Year's too over there. And in different news I read, which is spreading around a lot of places, apparently Amazon in the US has workers that are going on strike. It says Amazon workers in the US are now on strike. Will Canadian shoppers be affected? With just 6 days until Christmas, thousands of Amazon workers in the US are striking. And given that Canada Post workers just recently returned to the job after weeks on the picket line, many Canadians might be wondering if their packages will face further disruption. That's the point actually, where here anyways, the Canada Post was on strike, but apparently I guess they were made to go back to work without a deal that they wanted. And some people were saying it was one of the most embarrassing moments of, I guess, the union's time in terms of not really getting anything, just harming everybody financially and so forth. So how do they respond to it here? It says, quote, if your package is delayed during the holidays, you can blame Amazon's insatiable greed. Sean M. O'Brien, General President of Teamsters, the union representing the striking workers, said in the news release. At 6 a.m. EST on Thursday, the union launched the largest strike against Amazon in U.S. history, comprised of nearly 10,000 workers at 7 different facilities. And how does it affect people here in Canada? It says those relying on Amazon to deliver the last minute holiday purchases will be relieved to know that the company has confirmed there will be no impact to its Canadian operations in the email to the Star. Even though some of the products available on Amazon Canada ship directly from the US, the workers represented by Teamsters only make up a fraction of Amazon's total workforce in the US, and there are many other facilities those items could potentially come from. That was kind of expected anyways, but I guess this isn't a coincidence where they're doing it now, correct? Because I would imagine they feel it gives them the best position for bargaining power during a really busy time, kind of like that Canada Post strike anyways, and it makes me wonder if that'll actually help them or hurt them in the long run anyways. I remember reading some stories, I believe it was Walmart, where there were stores that wanted to unionize and just all of a sudden, oh, I guess we're gonna close down the store because it's not profitable anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see something like that in the future, like in situations like this anyways. Okay, I guess no flight today, huh? Went to test for the archive. I was actually testing some interesting stuff for things like the time-lapse and stuff like that. Alright, see you guys later.